Welcome to the Metamorphosis Project Podcast. I'm your host, Tenya Eickenberg, and this is a space where transformation begins. Here, we dive deep into energy healing, self-care, and the power of mindset to help you break free from old patterns and design a life that feels aligned, vibrant, and authentically you. Each week, we explore the tools, techniques, and real-life experience that guide us toward lasting healing and growth. Because true metamorphosis isn't just about change. It's about becoming who you were always meant to be. Now, let's get into this week's conversation. Welcome back to the Metamorphosis Project Podcast. Today I have Cynthia Concordia, and she is a transformational coach of Dream to Rise. Did I say your last name correctly? I've been practicing it all day.
Actually, it's Concordia.
Concordia.
Uh-huh,
See,
Concordia.
I must have found a YouTube video that they said it wrong. And so I was just, yep, okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
Well, having the name that I have, Tenya Eickenberg, I get both names botched all the
Uh-huh.
time. And so I really do try hard to make sure that I am saying names correctly. So I do apologize, but welcome to the podcast. I'm so happy to have you here.
Yes, I'm so honored to be here, my dear Tenya. Yes.
Awesome. So you're now a transformational coach, but you weren't always a transformational coach.
Mhm.
Tell us your story of just where you came from. Where did you morph from? How
Mhm.
did you come into this space where you are now?
Uh, Actually, I just want to share with you the journey I've had in terms of my relationship with my husband. No? I've gone through so much trauma and adversity in my life. And I've been married for 23 years. And we've been blessed with two children. My daughter is now 33, turning 34 with two children. So I'm now a grandma.
Congratulations.
Yes, with two young kids. And then my son is 28. Now, I've been subjected to domestic abuse. It started when we were still in the Philippines, back home, and my daughter was only 5 months old.
Mm,
Um, I've convinced my husband, come on, let's move, migrate to the U.S. so we could provide better opportunities for our children, and at the same time work on a relationship. However, it turned out to be the other way. He was on two restraining orders when we got here.
oh my
One
gosh.
initiated the call and was given a 72-hour temporary restraining order. And 10 years after, my daughter initiated the call because he was hitting my son continuously. And my son requested for a 2-year restraining order. But during those 2-year period, I've been really telling my children that, hey, your dad still loves you and still
Mm,
want to connect with you. So it would be great if he sends you a text message that you respond to him.
right.
And it was hard for them. It was hard for them. However, I felt so much joy when they invited him to attend their graduation, college for my daughter and high school for my son. So that means forgiveness is taking place within the family. And after 4 months, he died of a massive cardiac arrest,
Mm,
like him. And the worst part was when his family blocked us off from their family because they blame me for his
mm-hmm.
the stress he got from the restraining order, and that put me into this dark hole, this dark bubble for 6 long years because of guilt. I imagine I was the cause of his death, and it's up to now 10 years they haven't gotten in touch with their grandchildren, and I feel bad up to now. But it's their choice. I cannot push them, no. But I I told my children, given all the three of us here, let's make use of the time together and let's support each other.
Mm-hmm.
But in that dark bubble, I was there for 6 years. I stopped engaging with people. I stopped going to the gym. Why? Because of fear that I'll be judged, I'll be
Mm-hmm.
rejected, I was a failure as a mom and as a wife. However, there was one time wherein, because during that time I felt so depressed and found no value in my life. And it was during that time when my son asked me, Mom, will I be going to college? And I forgot all about it. It was
Mm.
like a slap on my face. And then I asked him, where would you like to go to college? And he asked me, is it okay to go to Culinary Institute of America? That's in Hyde Park, New York.
Okay.
And I've researched about that school, and being a single mom and a single earner, so I mean, I don't know how I will be able to raise that money. Just to give
Right.
ID, during 2014, the first year was 50,000, second and third year were 60,000 each.
Mm.
I was a program assistant at the World Bank, and I don't think I'll be able to afford that.
Well,
But
I don't know if any normal person could afford that. That's
yes,
congratulations
it was
for seeing there was some way for you to do that.
yes. But then actually it was manifestation. The
Mm-hmm.
manifestation started happening because during that time it was only my connection with God,
Mm-hmm.
which gave me so much strength and hope. And I even convinced him to change course, change school, but I know that he was not happy. When we visited the school, there was a sudden change on his
Yeah.
face, excited, and started visualizing. So the only thing that I can do for my son was to support him. So when I told him, okay, apply, and when he got accepted, now that was my problem. Where will I get the money?
Right.
But I suddenly things happened. I s- uh, I've been applying for years to become an analyst, and that's the entry level for a professional staff at the World Bank. It's so
Mm-hmm.
hard to break the glass ceiling. Suddenly, HR offered this GE readiness program. GE is the level
Mm-hmm. Yep.
for the analyst position. So I applied. Out of 850 plus who applied, 25 were declared GE ready, and I was one of them.
How fun.
Uh-huh. And then suddenly, one HR admin called me asking for my availability for an interview. So I gladly accepted. Of course, I'm available because I've been applying.
Right.
And and then I told her, you know what? I can't seem to remember applying for this position. And then she said, we didn't post this in the job world. We just got, it was that was their program, the GE Readiness Program. So
Mm-hmm.
we got 6 candidates from the 25, and I got the position,
Wow.
even without
Congratulations.
applying. Yes, thank you. And after that, someone advised me, why won't you downsize? And so I listened, I took action, sold my 3 bedroom townhouse and moved to a 1 bedroom condo. It saved me 50% of my
Mm-hmm.
monthly mortgage. And then another one, why won't you apply for grants and scholarship? I was not eligible because I'm not a US citizen, but I'm glad that my son was a US citizen.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of paying 50,000 for his first year's tuition, we only paid 11,000. So everything worked out for his dream.
Right.
And that was my dream, for me to be able to send him to that school, and then for him to create his own dream as well. So now uh, he was able to work for different restaurants, 2 Michelin star restaurants, worked in Tulum, Mexico, and Australia to gain experience. And during COVID, became a farmer. And when I asked him, how do you feel becoming a farmer? Because it cuts so much from your paycheck. And then he said, since I took up applied food studies, I need more background on agriculture. But
Mm-hmm.
he initiated events or activities. Even though he was a farmer, he came up with events to teach children
Right.
basic farming and food systems, and then taught mom how to what's this? Uh, Cook meals based from the local produce. So trying to advocate sustainability now in the food industry. Now he became a sous chef in Vermont, moved to Fresno, California, managing 15 schools, uh, teaching and training cooks and staff how to prepare meals from scratch rather than serving students processed
That's
food.
wonderful.
Yes, and I'm glad he found his purpose. And my daughter is a project manager in one of the government contracting firms and a firefighter, volunteer firefighter. Why? Because it was the volunteer firefighter who tried to revive her dad when he
Mm,
collapsed on the road while biking. So for
yeah,
her, it's give back time to save lives. Why am I why am I sharing this? Because if it was not uh, because of the journey we've gone through, I won't be able to really share this light to others, to my being a life coach, being an
mm-hmm.
author, being a speaker, being a podcaster. Because um, we often tell ourselves, "Oh, I cannot do this. I, I cannot. I'm not knowledgeable in such things. I was not a I cannot speak in front of a public. I mean, in front of an audience. I always get scared. There's
Mm-hmm.
always fear within me, but now I've discovered my purpose. That is to help others overcome their struggles in life so they may be able to live the life they love. Then I that gives me so much motivation. It keeps me on fire. So that's what I am doing right now, spreading light, being a light warrior now for others.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Coming from so much turmoil so early on in your move,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's there are many stories of women who break free from their abusive marriages, but it often takes many, many, many years for them to be able to do that.
I'm
And
glad it was only 6 years, but then for me that was super long. I
yeah,
wasted years. Yes.
yeah. I mean, for some it's longer than 6 years.
Mm.
So you knew much earlier on than some may have realized that they needed to take action and find a way out.
Mhm. Yeah.
And it was because of your children that you found that way out.
Yes.
And so congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank
And
you. Thank you.
you should
Yes,
be so incredibly proud of where your kids are.
I am.
Because it sounds like you helped them to break that generational curse,
Yes.
because I'm sure your husband did not just become abusive on his own, right?
Yes.
It had to come from his family, and for his family to cut you guys off, that's a blessing.
Mhm.
That's really, I think it's really a blessing because he had to have learned it from his from his parents, from his grandparents.
And that's what I told my children. That's why I kept reminding them that your dad loves you. Because I always focus on it's the behavior that was not acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
I know he is a good man because he had gone through that as well. So
Mm-hmm.
he thought it was normal because in the Philippines there are no laws or programs that protects victims.
Right. Right. So
Now,
before he passed, when your kids invited him to their graduations, had he acknowledged his behavior and that it was not appropriate?
Actually, he never said sorry to me. He only met with the kids,
Mhm.
and I don't know if he apologized,
Mhm.
but what I've heard, my son even asked Dad, he was offering, okay, what do you need, jacket or so on. I don't need those things, Dad. I need you to help Mom
Mhm.
for the tuition fee
Mhm.
because she's all by herself. And then he said, sorry, I cannot.
Mm.
I'm
That
unable.
had to hurt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
And so part of that was probably what you're carrying for that 6 years as well,
Hmm.
was
And
was the fact that you would have liked to have heard from him, "I'm sorry. I
yeah,
screwed up."
yes, yes.
But you have a thriving business.
Mm-hmm.
You have a life that is just looks amazing,
Oh, thank
that
you.
you're having so much fun with,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you said you have 2 grandchildren,
Yes, two
and
years
they
old
are from
and
are they
5 months.
from your son or from one of
My
each?
daughter, my
They're from
daughter.
both from your daughter?
Yes. My
Oh.
son is still single. Yeah.
For any listeners listening.
I, oh
But it
my.
sounds like you have very good relationships with your children.
Oh yes. Before, actually, I've learned also so much from my children. I was raised by a baby boomer. I'm a baby boomer. And my parents are very strict. Do this, do that, very authoritarian. And now there was one time when I asked my children, because I was having this pilot study at the bank, do you show appreciation? That was the topic.
Mhm.
And I asked my children, by the way, did I show appreciation
Mhm.
to both of you? They immediately said, yeah, no, no. And for me, it was a slap again on my face
Right.
because I I I'm so grateful that my parents sent me to a private school, even though we were not rich. They
Mhm.
valued education, but we were expected to come home with high grades. So the
Mhm.
moment they see a low grade, it's just that's the time they will reprimand and punish me. So I never experienced hearing or receiving any appreciation. So I immediately told my children, you know what? I shared that experience. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I didn't know that I was applying what how I was raised by my parents.
Mhm.
And then
Well,
now,
we don't know we don't realize that, do we?
yes,
That I mean, everybody says, "Be careful, you're gonna turn into you're either gonna turn into one of your parents or you're gonna marry one of your parents."
uh-huh,
But we all have, mannerisms of our parents that do shine through.
yes,
And yes, if we are not shown how to appreciate, it is hard for us to show appreciation or to tell people that we appreciate them unless we wake up to the fact that our parents didn't do that to us,
mhm,
which sometimes takes a lot longer for us to realize than
mm,
we would like,
yes.
right? It took me until I was 42, 43 to, and
Mm.
by that time, my kids were also adults,
Uh-huh.
to really look at them and show appreciation for them.
See?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. It's hard. It's hard. So now my relationship with my children are not just parent
Hmm.
child relationship, but as friends as well.
Yeah.
So and now I'm glad that I made some adjustments, or else they will just distance themselves from me. And I don't want
Yeah.
that.
Right. Yeah. I think, yeah, you know, we have children so that we can raise them and so that they can leave the nest in
Hmm.
hopes that they keep us in their lives.
Yes.
But they have no obligation to keep us in their lives, right?
Amen. That's a great point because just like us in our culture, it's our obligation, responsibility to take care of our elderly.
Right, but that's more of a belief that's put upon us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that when you have obligations like that, it can definitely build resentment.
Good.
So, yeah, so I mean, that's just something that I've come to believe is that and maybe it comes from the fact that when I was growing up, my mom always said, "You're the one who's going to be taking care of me and changing my diapers when I'm old,"
Mm-hmm.
which was not something that a kid wants to think about doing.
Uh-huh.
And so I think that's what shifted my perception of what parent child relationships can be. I don't think there is a should
Mm-hmm.
as far as what relationships should be,
Yes.
because every relationship is different.
Yes.
And it's a pleasure to be invited into my children's lives.
Oh, yes.
You know, and some people might look at it and go, but but you birthed them. Like they owe you.
That's what they always say.
And it's like, no, they don't.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if you take the, this is um if you have the belief that our souls pick our parents, our children, they pick us as their parents. But when you look at it from the human side, they didn't ask to be born. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't ask to come into this life, this
Mm-hmm.
human existence per se. Um and so there is no obligation there. It's our We have an obligation to our children to always be there for them.
Yes. And I believe it should be moving forward. Like
Yeah.
for me, yeah, we have our children. Our priority is our children.
Mhm.
Our children, their priority is their children.
Yes.
And it should be moving forward rather than going back.
Exactly. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy to hear someone else have the same
Yes.
because like my daughter just had a baby.
Uh-huh.
So I'm a first time grandmother. It was about two
Oh,
weeks ago, so it's
oh,
very exciting.
congratulations.
Yes, very exciting.
Uh-huh.
So this is her first Mother's Day coming up.
Uh-huh.
And when she had the baby, all I could think about was, yes, I want to meet my grandchild, but I want to see my baby.
Of course.
I want to see if she's okay.
Yes.
You know, I'm gonna love my grandchild to death. She's gonna
Mm-hmm.
be the apple of our eye.
Yes.
But my children will come first.
Of course.
Just like when my husband and I had with our relationship came first,
Mm-hmm.
not at the neglect of our children, but we knew that our children were going to leave one day.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yes.
when they leave, we would have each other and not we would miss our kids, but it wouldn't be, oh my gosh, this is so devastating. I can't live anymore because I don't have my children with me.
Uh-huh. No.
So there's lots of different dynamics, but I love that we need to move forward,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
We are obligated to our children. We're not obligated to our parents, which means our children are not obligated to us.
Yes.
And
I
so
agree.
that opens up a whole nother conversation when it comes to children going no contact with their parents and those parents being very upset that their kids aren't talking to them. And it's like, but wait a minute,
Mm-hmm.
kids don't want to just not talk to their parents. They didn't wake up one day and say, I'm not talking to them anymore, I just don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
There's always something there.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But I'm so thrilled to hear that your kids are, your daughter's what, 28 you said, and your son's
Uh,
32.
My daughter is 34, turning
They're
30 is 14th of May.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh. And
So
this one is
I had them
28.
backwards. um, but that you do have such good relationships with them.
Yes.
And in this transformation that you went through, what you've learned becoming a transformational coach, I'm sure has helped with that.
Oh, yes.
Can you
Yeah.
can you share with the listeners what you've learned that you've been able to apply to your relationship with your children that you also apply to helping your clients with their lives?
Well, I focus more on what are the blockages that stops you from moving forward.
Mhm.
It's always the problem. And oh, because I'm afraid, because I might commit a mistake, because I don't have that educational background. I'm too old for that, and so on. But I always tell them that we have that power to create the life we love.
Mhm.
We have that power to create our dream by design. Most of us are always constricted by the conditions, circumstances, our past experiences, our past traumas that they stop us from moving forward, reaching our destination, which is our dream.
Mhm.
So what I'm doing is trying to inspire and empower others that don't give up. Sometimes it takes time, but then be consistent
Right.
and make sure when I started having, or this, when I discovered my purpose, it gave me so much energy, so much motivation. It keeps me on fire to go through the journey, to navigate through life, even though it was a struggle, but I know it's leading to something.
Mhm.
God did not answer all my prayers immediately. There are yes, no, and just wait.
Yeah.
It's not yet the time. I've
Right.
been wanting, please take me out from this kind of situation because I cannot bear it anymore. That was the time that I found no value. But
Mhm.
wait, he was trying to prepare you for something bigger.
Yeah.
Never did I imagine that I'll be doing what I'm doing. It was through him. And
Yeah.
I think he shared his message to me several times. When after I wrote my two books, I just prayed to him, Lord, I've finished my books. I've experienced to be an author. I would like to speak, and but I'm scared. I'm scared
Mhm.
about that. After
Right.
3 days, the World Bank 1818 Society, World Bank retirees invited me to speak in their annual meeting.
Wow.
Imagine. And then the next one, Ideas, invited me to be a keynote speaker in Paris. And then the next one, an Well conference, invited me to speak in Toronto. And then Rotary Club in the Philippines. So
Mhm.
now, actually, I just canceled my speaking engagement in Canada. What's this? Mexico. It was supposed to be May 1st to 2nd. Because of what's happening right now. I'm on a green card. I don't know if
Right.
I'll
You
be
don't know if you can
able
come
to come
back.
back. Yes. So I told her, okay, could you just put me to another state wherein I could speak, and he scheduled me to speak in Chicago,
Mhm.
and then another one in Toronto this October. But I told them I'll just do the virtual.
Right.
So these are the things that gave me so much hope, because the Lord paved way
Right.
towards what I want to accomplish in life. And that again, he wanted me to be a light warrior.
Mhm.
And as what I told you, most of the time we always tell ourselves, oh, I only have a 10-watt bulb. Excuse me, that 10-watt bulb still has a spark of light when you put
Yeah.
it inside a dark room. And that is your gift. Now, why not make use, develop your gift, discover and develop your gift. So this 10-watt bulb would become a 2000-watt bulb. But I don't know if there's really a 2000-watt bulb. But
Doesn't matter.
yeah, but how
There might
can
be
you,
one out there somewhere.
yeah, but how can you do that? Eliminate all those blockages that
Yeah.
stop you from moving forward.
Yeah.
And this, yeah, I always compare it like a window, which you cannot see through the other side if the window is so dirty. You
Mm-hmm.
need to clean up first the window so that you'll be able to see what is there outside waiting for you. And those are your opportunities. And grab those opportunities if you're given the opportunity, grab it. Just like when I got invited by the World Bank, I
Mm-hmm.
could have said, no, I'm not yet ready. I'm scared.
Yeah.
But take that courage, take that risk, because you'll be able to face your fear head on if you're there.
Yeah. That's awesome. So what are your dreams moving forward?
Oh, my dreams moving forward is actually I have my mastermind group
Mm-hmm.
circle, Dream to Rise Inner Circle. And I have my clients and new members. It's a subscription program. But then we meet every Mondays. Those who are having problems with their blockages,
Mm-hmm.
I do a session every Monday, and then I invite speakers to speak.
Mm-hmm.
I want my members now to move to the next level. And what is that? To build and to boost their confidence, I'm now asking them to face their fear doing a session for the group, for the community.
Nice.
So I think 5 already have presented.
Uh-huh.
Before they were shy, they were scared, but then we have to start somewhere, because if we only listen and listen
Yeah.
and not applying, not taking risks, nothing will happen.
Yeah.
So I'm here pushing them to their limits so that they may be able to discover their potential. And that's my goal. And hopefully, I'll I would like to see them move forward and spread their light as well.
I love that. That's great.
Uh-huh.
Awesome. Cynthia, where can people find you if they want to join your circle?
Oh, um, uh, they could visit my website, dreamtorise.info. Everything is there, my podcast, my inner circle, and what I do. And and they could get in touch with me through my social media. So
Okay.
Facebook, Cynthia Concordia, LinkedIn, the same. Instagram, I have that as well. And TikTok, at dream.to.rise. So I'm at the social media, and I'm always active. So but
That's great.
I give so much, I mean, as much as possible, I give as much as I can to add value to their whenever I have live videos as well every
Mm-hmm.
Tuesdays. So if I could share what I have learned in life, why not share it?
Yeah. Well, that's what we're supposed to do.
Yes.
We're supposed to pass on our information, pass on our knowledge
Mhm.
to other people so that they can pass it on and it can move forward through generations.
Yes. And that's how we can leave our legacy here, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Cynthia, thank you so much for coming on. I've really enjoyed this conversation.
Same here, Tenya. I really enjoyed, and it's truly an honor to be here with you and be a guest here at
Thank
the
you. Thank
podcast.
you so much. Have a great day.
Uh, Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Metamorphosis Project podcast. I hope today's episode brought you inspiration, joy, and a spark of empowerment. Remember, transformation is an incredible journey, and every single step you take towards self-care and healing brings you closer to the life you truly desire. If this episode uplifted you, please subscribe, rate, and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. Your support helps us to share this journey of hope, resilience, and joy with many listeners. For more tips, support, and inspiration, come and visit us at designyourexistence.com. Until next time, keep growing, keep healing, and keep shining brightly. You are absolutely worth every bit of love and care you give to yourself. Take care, stay joyful, and be well.